All right, we are live on Facebook. I think we're live on Twitter too. We're gonna get Instagram going here. Checking connection. Yay, we're live on Instagram too. Woohoo! All right, social media world, hello. I'm Rachel Holdaway, and I work with On Pitch Performing Arts. Joining me today is Erin Roring, who also works at On Pitch Performing Arts as one of our board members. So what are you going to talk to us about today, Erin?
About involving the whole family in the arts.
Which is awesome. We love involving the whole family in the arts. And it's kind of fun that we are doing this video today because Tuesdays and Thursdays we have our Lion King Junior class that meets like from January, through June, all the way through June, I think. So we love involving the whole family in the arts.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
Sure do.
So if you want to get your kids involved, we do have some awesome opportunities coming up too. We have our summer camp this summer is going to be Les Miserables School Edition, and that's for kids ages 8 through 18. So you can hop on our website and get registered for that now. And if you register before April 15th, you get like a $80 discount, I think. So I'm all about discounts.
That's helpful.
Like my favorite thing is finding things for free or for a discount. My husband did not believe me that like things could be free in this life. He's like, no,
Who knew?
businesses do not give away things for free. And I'm like,
They do.
oh, all the time.
They do.
All the time. Chick-fil-A, like all the time, gives away stuff for free. So every weekend I'm like, hey, I found another thing we can go do for free. He's like, fine. So he believes me now.
I love it.
So we don't do free, but we do discounted. So April 15th, register for Les Miserables, and you can get a discount. What other fun stuff do we have going on right now, Erin?
Well, we have a couple of shows opening.
That's right, we do. Have you seen the set for the next one?
I did.
Oh my
did
gosh.
My head in there.
It's
my
so
head.
cute. Peaked. Poke. What is it's the musical comedy Murders
Of 1940.
Yes, the longest show title ever.
It is.
Every time I type that, I'm like, oh my goodness, who named the show?
Right.
But super fun. So it's the musical comedy Murders of 1940, and contrary to the title, it's not actually a musical.
Right.
It's
right.
a play.
It's misleading.
Right? I know we had people like messaging us leading up to the auditions, and they were like, why are you not asking me to sing a song?
It is a little misleading.
Because it's not a
It
musical.
is a straight play.
It is. So straight play for all of our non-theater friends just means no music, just scenes. It's fun stuff. I've never seen this one, and that's kind of rare for me to like not know what a play is about.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited actually to come see this one because I have no idea.
I'm really excited too. We're bringing our kids.
Oh, what a great
Right.
lead-in. It's a wonderful play to bring your kids to. So we had a couple questions about that too, because musical Murders.
Right.
Of 1940. But our director, Dan Tate, does tell me that it's completely family-friendly. Murders are just funny. That's why it's called musical comedy.
Yes, yes.
Murders. So children are completely welcome to come and join this show.
Yes. It'll be a great show. It'll be great.
Hi, guys. Brandon says hi. Hello, Brandon. He also said he was going to heckle us. So I'm kind of excited to see like what comments pop up actually for Brandon. All right, we have a couple people watching now, so we're going to go ahead and get into our questions that we have for Erin. But before we do that, just tell us a little bit about what your involvement in the arts has been, like in the past and currently.
Well, like from childhood, like
Whatever
how far back
version.
are we going?
I don't know. Like how old were you when you were in your first play?
Ooh, my very, very first play was in the 5th grade.
Oh, 5th grade. So fun.
And it was Snow White and the 6 Dwarfs. So can you tell where this is going? And honestly, I don't remember too much, except I do remember I was one of the dwarfs. And I know, right? And Snow White was in some kind of race.
Oh.
Like this was
like a 5K?
I'm not really
Race?
sure. It was kind of a long time ago, but anyway, it was so fun, and I loved being on stage and being a part of that. And I don't think there were songs. It was whatever my 5th grade teacher had dreamed up, or her capacity to put on this show. So it was through the elementary school that we were at. And I really can't remember more details than that. Like, okay.
So 5th grade, so like 10?
So 5th grade. Yeah, 10, 11.
Yeah, awesome. So quite a while.
It was fun.
Awesome.
I really liked it.
What did you do in like high school or college with performing?
So with performing, so after that, I really jumped into choirs. And so I was in the show choir. So if you're not familiar with the show choir, that's when you like sing and dance on the risers, you know, and sometimes there's no risers. Sometimes you get to use the whole stage floor with your partner
Fun
or whatever. So fun.
I never
So-
got to do those, and I always watched my friends in high school because I was
Love them.
homeschooled, so like I didn't get to
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
as much. But I always watched them. I was like, that looks like so much fun.
It was fun. It was way fun, and it totally like got me hooked. So I loved it. So I did choirs all through junior high and through high school, and I actually didn't really do theater in that time period. And then when I went to college, I did a little more theater, just around, but I did more show choirs, and that's actually how I met my husband.
Oh, fun! So the arts created your family.
Yes.
I love theater love stories. They're
Yes.
one of my favorites.
So we
actually.
were in one of those nerdy show choirs.
Was he your dance partner?
He was not. He was not.
I
So
would've loved
so
that.
this is funny. So when we would rehearse, because typically a choir rehearses in sections, right? And so the basses, here I'll turn so that you can see me talk with my hands. So the basses and the tenors and the altos and the sopranos. And at the time, I'm actually soprano, but I was singing alto in the choir. I can do that. I can flip back and forth.
It's just that talent.
So right, the altos should be sitting by the tenors, right? But there was so many, we kind of like,
That's not true. I know there's a delay. I literally know there's a delay, but what I just saw is not true.
Brandon just burst in heckling us, and it was scary, guys. He's a very large man.
Erin, where did you meet your husband?
that wasn't the
Uh-oh, I don't know.
Let me finish telling this story.
I don't know where you are in
I'll
the
tell
story.
the
That's the funny
story.
part, because there's such a delay. Like, I don't even know how far you went in the story. I just was like, no,
That is wrong.
you. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Good job.
So I have one more story to tell you after.
Okay, good.
So we were in this choir
Right.
and rehearsing
Tenors,
together. And,
basses, altos,
right.
bass.
So he was the bass though, but the tenors were here and it was kind of long. The bass was kind of in the back, and then I kind of sit up by the basses. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I was sitting by the basses, and then we got chatting, and
Of course.
then started dating after that.
Destiny.
Yes.
Altos and basses should never sit next to each other, guys. So obviously this was destiny.
So that's when we really started dating. So I know Brandon from college.
That's how you got sucked
Yes.
in.
So Brandon and I worked together in college years and years ago. And Brandon is reminding me of this very, very important story.
I think she's about to get you back.
Here we go. Here's the story, Brandon. So when Brandon and I were working together, we worked in the dorms, but we called them residence halls to
Of
be
course.
like PC.
Of course.
So we were putting on a production. So Brandon was putting on a show, right? And so I'm helping with the show, and there were these actors that came in, auditioned, and one of the actors was my future husband.
There we go.
So we had met at this show. So Brandon introduced me to my husband. Brandon.
Okay. He just
Brandon
wanted a shout out.
introduced me.
Guys, that's really all that was Brandon just wanted credit for the happy marriage that
Yes.
ensued.
So we met at this production, but
the connection.
But then we forgot about each other. And then a little bit later, we were in this choir together.
Okay.
Remember drawing the picture?
Yes.
And then we started dating.
Okay, thank you,
So
Brandon, for holding our source.
So we
reliable.
love to give Brandon credit for introducing us.
That's awesome. It is always fun for the people who do introduce you to be able to say for the rest of their
Yes.
lives, I introduced them.
Yes.
And so we'll give Brandon his moment.
Yes.
His moment
Thank you,
of glory.
Brandon. I'm living happily ever after. Thank you, Brandon.
All right. So since you've gotten married and have 6 kids,
Yes.
what are you currently doing to be involved in the arts?
Like right this minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do here at OPPA?
Here at
Here
OPPA,
at OPPA.
I'm on the board. I'm actually the president of the
Oh
board.
my goodness.
I know! It's so amazing. And this is such a fantastic studio and theater, and there are so many wonderful things happening. The children's program that we just talked about
Yep.
and the community theater productions are just phenomenal. So recently, I've been in 2 productions,
Oh,
2
fun.
of these
Ooh,
community
I
theater
love that.
productions. So I was just barely in our production of Aida.
Oh, you were? I
I
wanted
was.
to see that, but I just whoosh. Right over
I was
top of
a
my head.
slave
Of course.
and a minister.
That's such a
And
fun
a dancer.
show
And
to
then
be in, though.
it was so
even
fun.
ensemble roles are so
Yes.
fun.
So I was
fun in
ensemble,
Aida.
and it was so fun. Sometimes I love the ensemble roles more because you're in all
Everything.
right? You're in all these things. You have different characters and different costumes, and
They are fun.
anyway, it's really fun. I actually really enjoy being in the ensemble. Who doesn't love being a lead though? Let's just throw it out there, right?
We all love it, but ensemble is super fun.
Right.
We love it. We love that too.
So, but in this production, I did it with my son. With my
Oh,
oldest
nice.
14-year-old son. So it was really fun, and that was his first show that he's ever been in.
I know. How old is he?
He's 14 in the
14.
8th grade, and it's so fun. And there were a few girls from his school there, which was wonderful for him to
like make
realize.
friends.
Yes, so meet friends here, and then realize, oh, they're outside of this realm as well. And so that's been really fun. And then last summer, my husband and I and our 4 girls were in the production Tarzan, which was so fun.
That's awesome.
And it was darling. It was a fantastic production.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Tarzan, but I wanted to. I just didn't make it down. So it's so hard to like make room. So I found the trick, guys. The trick to getting to all the shows that you want to see at OPPA is buying season tickets.
I have season tickets.
Exactly, and you use them,
I
right?
do.
Because you're not going to buy them and not use them.
Yeah.
So I have really discovered that if I buy the season tickets, then I'm going to go see the shows. And then I don't end up being like, oh, I really wanted to see that, and I just totally missed it. So if you're a person who just wants to come see all the shows, we do have $80 season passes available. So we still have 8 shows remaining in our season. So it's $10 per show, which is an awesome deal. I think that's like a 20 to 30% discount off of our normal ticket price.
That's great.
So come see all the remaining shows. We have Musical Comedy Murders, we have Lion King Jr., we have Newsies, Les Miserables School Edition, Sweeney Todd, Into the Woods, and then Holiday Follies, all coming up. So, oh, and Little Mermaid Jr., that's the 8th show. So pick up your season pass and come see us for a wonderful show. Now, back to your family. So you have 6 kids.
I do.
14 is oldest. How old is the youngest?
2.
2.
And he just learned how to climb out of his crib yesterday.
Yay.
I just want everyone to know.
Right? I feel your pain. I have a 2-year-old, and she's in a toddler bed now, but the only reason she's in a toddler bed is because like 2 months ago, she just started screaming. Like she started waking up in the middle of the night, waking up her naps, just screaming her little head off, and I could not figure out like what the issue was. And finally I was just like, I'm just gonna take her mattress out, put it on the floor, see what happens. And she stopped. She just didn't want to feel imprisoned anymore.
Okay.
She was like, I'm over the bars, Mom.
Got it.
So yeah, whatever. I love 2-year-olds. They are challenging, but they are super
Aren't
fun.
they? I know. If they weren't so cute. I know.
It's their defense mechanism is the cuteness, really. But
Yes, it is. It really is.
so that's quite a few kids, all the way
Yes.
6, from 2 all the way up to 14.
Yes.
So how has your involvement in the arts kind of changed since you began a family?
Well, I did a few shows in college, and then I did none. And
Probably for a long
until
time.
last summer. So the Tarzan production we did last summer was kind of my debut back into the arts.
I don't know what Brandon is doing, but he's heckling us outside my door. I think he just, with the delay, I think he just got to the part where we're giving him his shout out.
Oh,
So ready? Let's all applaud for Brandon.
I still don't know where you're at in here. But I'm
We're
here.
applauding for you,
Oh.
bringing them together.
Oh, there you are.
There it is. I think he just, with the delay, I think he just got Oh, Brandon.
I like you both back.
thank you.
He likes this one. That's good. We like Brandon.
Some of those shows I did in college were with Brandon. So
Oh, I'm sure. I've never, I
Thanks,
did a show with him where he was on the tech crew, but not like in the show. But Brandon's just fun. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, I love him. I love Brandon.
So anyway, so you did lots of shows, and then you started a family and did no
And
shows.
yes, then I took a 12-year break.
Because you kind of got it.
Because that
sometimes.
happens. So in the meantime, I still did things in the arts. I, would be asked to work on one project or, help with this event and I still do a lot of singing. So
Yeah.
I sing in choirs,
Intermittently.
community. Yes, so I kind of do that. But yes, Tarzan was kind of my first production back into the theater world,
Right.
which has been so fun.
Yeah, well, and that's what's great about community theater too, because it doesn't matter if you have to take like those 12-year breaks.
Yes.
Like you can come in, you can get involved, and you can be like, well, I'm not gonna be able to because I'm pregnant again, or whatever.
Right.
I am not pregnant, just so I don't like freak
That was just,
out.
for example,
Exactly.
reasons
I
why
just don't
people
want to
take
freak out my friends or my family who might watch this. I'm not pregnant. Just an example. But yeah, community theater really gives people that opportunity to be able to step in and step out as they need to,
Yes.
and still be very involved,
Yes.
which is awesome.
And my husband does a lot of theater too, so he's been able to not take a 12-year break. So his breaks are much shorter. So he's been able to do a show every couple of years type thing,
Yeah.
which, just like we talked about, is wonderful about community theater. And that's what I love about community theater. It's everyone coming together. You know, theater is not like our full-time thing, you know,
Right.
like
No matter how much
it's not our gig. And so I love that community theater brings all these people from all walks of life who have just this love of the arts. And that really is what I love about community theater.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I love about it too. And my husband recently did his first production, and he just did it because I was gonna do it. And he's kind of watched me over the course of our marriage, and just decided, like, you know, this is something that you love, and I want to like go to rehearsals with you and stuff. So I'll give it a shot. So he's never sang in public. He's never danced. Like he does not perform. He speaks in public, but he doesn't do anything else. So he came and did it with me. And it was just kind of a fun process because he was like, man, this is a lot of work, but it's kind of fun. And so now he has just a greater appreciation when he goes to see a show with me of like all the pieces that go into making that production. And it's wonderful that he had that opportunity at a local community theater. And we got to do it together. Super fun. I'm just scanning through my questions because we've already gotten some of these. So like what benefits do you see in getting your whole family involved? So for people who might be like, oh, you know, I think that might be fun, but it could also be a little bit too much on our schedules. Like, why is it something that they should prioritize?
So first of all, I just want to throw this out there. You need to find balance, right? Everyone needs to find balance. And I think that's something we all work on every day, is trying to find balance. And I think it's important to give children opportunities when your situation allows, of course. And the arts is creating, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like that's really our purpose on earth, right? Is to create.
Right.
You know,
no,
that's
I
what we
agree
do.
with you.
We create food, we create scrapbooks, we create, you know, paintings or music or love, you know, whatever, or babies.
People.
You know,
I was just thinking of people.
whatever we're creating, you know. Or a garden. My tulips just popped up, by the way. I mean, like, not bloomed, but like
get little sprouts.
they're like out, and I'm so excited. But I think, and this is our parenting style, I guess I should say. We make our kids try new stuff. That's just kind of us. We're like, well, come on, it's gonna be fun
good for you.
You're gonna love it, you know. And they're like, no, I'm not, you know. So we like to make our kids try new stuff. And my husband and I both love theater, and it's fun, and it's a happy environment. And as we've, you know, kind of moved from one stage of life to another, and now we have teenagers to toddlers, like, that's kind of a lot, I guess.
Yeah, that is
but we love it.
Yeah,
we love it,
it's great.
And my husband started getting involved in theater about his teenage years also, and it's just been really fun to be like, actually, come be in the show with us.
Yeah, because you can do that now.
Yes.
And
And so it's been so fun, and I think this is something that we'll just keep doing now that we've kind of started it.
Right.
You know, we've dipped our toes in, and now we're ready to like plunge in, you know, and just really do that. And it's been so fun. So when you do it together, you're not cutting away from that family time because your family's all with you.
Which is a great thing too. And I love that we have theaters like OPPA, and there's lots of community theaters in our area. Like, not really in Davis County so much. There's only 4 in all of Davis County, actually, which I think is interesting because Davis County is quite large. But anyway, there's several theaters in the area that all provide these awesome opportunities for families to come together.
Yes.
And that's really what I see as being incredibly beneficial about the arts too, is you can bring families together, like family and family and family, and then you have a bunch of family friends.
Yeah.
And that is super fun too. You know, some of my best friends in this area and all throughout my life are from my theater.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I'm gonna dismiss this low battery warning. Twitter, if we lose you, then sorry. Oh, we lost Twitter. Oh well. I will share it with you later, Twitter, I promise. There we go. Posting. All right, Twister.
All right,
Let's play
we're
Twister.
live on Facebook. I think we're live on Twitter too.
There There we go.
And one more thing.
Yes.
As you're doing things with families and such, the nice thing about community theater is you audition for a production, or if you're on the production team, however your involvement, and you go through the rehearsal and then you have the run and then you're done.
Yeah, right?
And so I think it's nice to be like, well, we can swing that for 8 weeks. You know?
Exactly. It's not forever.
Yes. And so another thing I just love about community theater.
Yeah, it is. It's like 8-10 weeks and then you're out, and it's great. Because anybody can do anything for 8 to 10 weeks, right?
You're like, we can eat mac and cheese for dinner, and then we'll have real dinner. You know, like
that's right. I think my kids love it. My kids love it when I'm in a show because I'm like, Little Caesars again, guys.
Yeah.
So your son was just involved in his first production of in Aida, and then your daughters did Tarzan last summer, and that was their first production too? Oh.
The summer before, 2 of them were in a production with my husband.
Oh, fun.
Adopted. So
okay.
that was really fun for them.
Great. So what kind of positive things have you seen those productions bring out in your children?
So many things. Just really like human characteristics that we're trying to develop. You know, as parents, we're like, we need to work on punctuality,
right?
Being
responsibility,
yes, being responsible,
teamwork.
You said you would learn these lines, and you know, and
yeah, and you're gonna learn them.
And you know what? We're part of a team, the ensemble. We have to do this dance, and if you don't learn your part, it's gonna look weird, and it's gonna be your fault,
right?
You know, just those kind of things. Just like doing that, and then you know that's part of it. But another part is this is theater, especially, and in the performing arts, this is a space to express yourself. And, oh, are you feeling happy today? Well,
why are you feeling happy?
You know, tell me more. Like, oh, that didn't work out. Why? You know, and then as you delve deeper into it, you know, characterization. Well, let's talk about that. Why? You know, why?
Right.
And as they don't have very many life experiences to pull from just yet, you know, so
that's true.
So there's a lot of coaching still happening, which is wonderful, but I think they're more aware of just situations around them and just being more observant, really, and being like, wait a minute, is that person acting like a bad guy? You know, or are they the villain or the hero? You know, like I think they're just more aware.
And why? Like, what makes them the hero or the villain?
Right.
And when you have a script, you can kind of like trace those choices that people are making that turn them into the person that they are, and then that's a great discussion opportunity too. Of like, look at where our choices in life get us, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that. I was just talking with my husband about how I feel like the arts, just going along with what you said, really help teach us as people and our kids to identify emotions and how do we process through those.
Exactly.
Like, I'm doing that with my 6-year-old right now. We're reading a Shakespeare book. It's just like a book of poetry from Shakespeare, and so we'll read a little section. I'll be like, that was sad, and then we get to talk about like, well, why is that sad, and what does it mean to be sad, and is it okay that sometimes we're sad, and how do we process through those emotions that all of us are going to have. And the arts are such a great avenue into learning how to process those emotions, learning how to express them, and learning to be a well-rounded individual. I love it.
Me too. Ditto.
We're both just like reveling in how much we love what the arts teach our children.
I know, this is making me feel like such a good parent. You're like, well, I've done this, and it mostly worked for now, so I'm gonna go with it.
Well, I know it's true though, and even I teach some performing arts classes, and I teach one for junior high students, and I was talking to them. It was just like, what have the arts taught you? And was going for kind of like technical theater things that they learned in our class, and one of them just stands up and goes, I've learned that it's okay if things don't go the way that you planned them to, and that sometimes that's fine and that's better. And I was like, that's so true, because we can plan and we can plan and we can plan, but there's always those moments on stage where a costume doesn't work or if someone drops a line, and we have to figure it out. And that's such a great life lesson that it's not always going to be perfect.
Right.
But that's okay. Like, life moves on. The show goes on, and it's going to be fine. Chill out, kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be great.
So just getting into like some practical stuff. Obviously, I have here a question, like, what obstacles do you encounter in being involved with the arts in this stage of life? Small children.
I have small children. I miss them,
Mm-hmm.
of course. So, for example, when I was in this last production of Aida, I didn't get to tuck my kids in bed very
Right.
many times. You know, that's a small sacrifice. But then it's over, right? So then you
Right,
get
8
back
weeks
into your
out.
routine, and it's
Okay.
great. Just obviously there's a give and take. So sometimes I feel like I couldn't do as many mom things in the evening as I
Right.
normally like to do. But at the same time, as we just talked about, a little planning goes a long way, right? So, you know.
Crock pot dinners.
Exactly, right? It kind of helps me like, oh, I'm going to be on, so I need to get this done ahead of time. And you know, then the schedule changes and maybe you didn't have rehearsal that night or,
Right.
you know, you start the run and so you're not there.
But you're all
During, yeah, and so of course there's challenges, but it's with any time commitment, anything you commit to do, there's going to be a give and take.
Awesome. So what tips would you have? This is kind of like tying it all up. What tips would you have for someone wanting to get their whole family involved in the arts?
First of all, I'd look at the audition schedule for every theater around and find a show that you like.
Right.
So,
Yeah, right. Don't audition for one you don't like.
yes, that is my number one tip. Make sure it's a show that you like, right? And so do your homework, you know, if it's one you're unfamiliar with, but find a good match. I think it's a far more enjoyable experience if it's something that you're already connected to or you already enjoy. Either you've seen it performed or a
Right.
friend was in it, you heard about it, or you enjoy the music.
Got the soundtrack,
If you-
exactly.
Yeah, if you. So that's my number one tip. Find a show that you like.
I'm sure you like.
Yes. And number two, make sure it matches with your schedule. That's the beauty. And like
The hard part.
the hard part
That's
of
true.
community theater, like if you already had a trip planned and it's gonna be during the opening weekend of the show, that's probably not gonna work out for you. So that's my number two.
Yeah,
make
so set your
sure
priorities. Like,
make sure it fits in your schedule of life, because this is not your number one thing in life, right?
Yeah.
We all would love it
We
to
would love
be,
it, right?
right?
But
We
it's
all would
just
love
not.
it to be, but it's not. So make sure it works with your schedule and, you know, those kinds of things. And number three, go for it.
just do it,
Really,
guys.
just go for it. Like, if you need help with audition prep or whatever, help your kids, help your family, like, just get ready and just do it.
I love
It's so
it.
fun.
It's so true. Like, just do it. And I do love that we have so many community theaters that offer those family opportunities. So we actually, OPPA has one coming up this summer. We're doing Newsies, which
We are doing this.
could so be a family show. My son and I are going to come audition for it. He's 6, loves the Newsies soundtrack with his whole heart, like just runs around singing
Yes.
it all the time. And so he and I are going to come audition for that, and we just want to be in the
I'm
ensemble.
so happy to hear that. So
Yeah.
I have a little secret to tell you.
She's got a secret.
I'm on the production team for Newsies.
Yes!
I am music directing this summer. So I'm
Super
making
fun.
my family all audition as well. Because I'm going to be at the theater all night, so can you.
Right? You might as well. Well, and that's like really what I'm gonna love about this, because instead of it being like me having to like leave him, which he
Yeah.
hates, he's 6 and he hates it. Hopefully we will get to come and do it together. And if not, I also think this is a great opportunity for him as a 6-year-old to learn, like, you're not always gonna get cast, and that's
Right.
okay. So like either outcome,
Right.
I'm really excited for him to get to experience either the benefits of being in a show or like the benefit of being able to say like, it's not a personal insult.
Right.
Sometimes it's just not a good fit.
Right.
And I think that's a really important lesson that theater can teach us too.
I love it.
So bring your family, come to Newsies.
It'll be so fun.
It will. Do you have anything else, Erin?
Come. That's all. That's all.
do it, guys.
I know.
We're gonna be
I'm bad
thank
at jibber jabbing, but
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody out here, and thank you, Erin.
thank you so much.
Yeah, we will catch you guys later, and I'm gonna be awkwardly shutting videos off. End my video.